Planet is an amazing place to live, but it needs our help. This week we will be learning more about a global crisis that our world is experiencing, global warming. We will learn what causes global warming and how we can play a part to save our world. First, get smart. We know you love watching videos on your phone, but modern activities such as plug-in devices, driving cars, and cooling homes rely on energy sources, such as natural gas, oil, and coal. Those energy sources release a gas called carbon dioxide, CO2, into the atmosphere. When CO2 and other greenhouse gases trap heat, that would otherwise escape Earth's atmosphere, the planet's temperature rises. That's called global warming, which causes climate change. Does that make sense? So this CO2 in the air is stopping heat leaving. So that's why our planet is heating up. Yeah. Our climate, our future, cop26. cop26, 26th conference of the parties, will be a meeting of people from across the world to talk about actions that humans must take to slow down climate change. What is climate change? Climate change happens when weather patterns across the world change over many years. Sometimes events that happen naturally, such as volcanic eruptions and ocean currents, can cause climate change to happen slowly or for a short time. For over 60 years now, scientists have been noticing that climate change is happening much too quickly. This is having an effect on lots of living things all over the world, in forests, oceans, grasslands, and lots of other natural habitats, places where animals live. Who is responsible for climate change? Human actions are causing the planet to become too warm too fast. This is known as global warming. Humans have been doing things for many years that have released greenhouse gases that trap heat into the Earth's atmosphere. This heat is warming the planet and having an impact on living things across the globe. Human actions are causing climate change in different areas: food and farming, energy, forests, oceans. Who is most affected by climate change? Climate change can affect the health and happiness of everyone, but some people are being affected more than others, such as farmers and people living in villages and towns far from big cities in some of the poorest countries. People who have done very little to cause climate change, but who are facing the biggest problems. Food and farming. Problems. Lots of land being cleared for farming. Growing crops with chemicals, fertilizers, and pesticides. That creates greenhouse gases and can harm insects. Food being moved between countries by transport that emits greenhouse gases. Poor crops because of changes to the weather. Solutions: reducing greenhouse gases going into the air, protecting land and habitats, using less chemicals on farmland, helping farmers to grow crops in different weather conditions. Did you know many greenhouse gases going into the air come from farming or food production? In some poorer countries, like Malawi in Africa, most people work on small farms and have done little to cause climate change, but are suffering the most. Energy. Problems. Burning fossil fuels, coal, oil, and gas to make energy and electricity that put greenhouse gases into the air. Transport. Using fuels that put greenhouse gases into the air. Pollution. Energy being wasted in homes. Solution: using cleaner energy such as wind power, using transport that does not cause pollution, preparing people for the changes they will need to make. Did you know more than half of all greenhouse gases that the world creates are put into the air by burning fossil fuels? Forests. Problems: cutting down trees for farming, wood, roads, and railways. Deforestation. Animals losing their habitats. Solutions: stopping deforestation to let trees grow and keep animal habitats, teaching farmers to grow crops on land without cutting down trees, taking trees for wood in ways that keep forests healthy. Did you know 300 million people still live in forests around the world? An area of forest the size of a football pitch is cut down every second. Okay, oceans. Problems: overfishing. So many fish being caught that there are not enough left in the sea, and the survival of some species is at risk. Noise from ships and mining for oil and natural gas, shocking sea creatures. Increasing sea temperatures causing coral bleaching, leading to loss of coral reefs. Plastic pollution, waste, harming sea creatures. Solutions: countries agreeing to protect oceans and coastlines from overfishing and mining. Slowing global warming in as many ways as we can. Reducing and recycling plastic waste so none ends up in the oceans. Did you know the oceans capture and hold on to such greenhouse gases, but too much can cause harm to animals, such as coral, removing or bleaching their color? Over 200 million people across the world fish to make money, so there must always be enough left in the sea. Health and happiness. Problems: extreme weather and natural disasters happening more often. Air pollution, harmful gases from burning fossil fuels and driving petrol or diesel cars. Water pollution from greenhouse gases. Poorest people living in extreme poverty due to climate change. Natural green areas being taken away or changed. Solutions: preparing every global citizen with ways to adapt to or cope with climate change. reducing greenhouse gases and other pollution in air and water, planting more trees and plants across the world, especially near to people's homes, to help them stay healthy and happy, helping farmers to grow crops that can be eaten locally. Do you think, will the planet be better in 10 years' time thanks to COP26?